Hello, I'm HQ of HQ Reacts. If you find yourself here and you're not subscribed, please like, share, and subscribe. If you find me on other social media platforms, please follow me, like, share, and subscribe. We are trying to get to 5,000 subscribers. So, you can catch me on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Hello, I'm HQ of HQ Reacts. If you find yourself hello, y'all. I just woke up. Just ran in the door. How is everybody doing this evening? It's a beautiful day. I just woke up. I'm tired. But anyway, today is our. Hopefully, you all can hear me. I'm talking and you may not be able to hear me. Give me a one if you can hear me. Please and thank you. If you can. No, today is our marriages to letters to my marriage series, in which we read letters in which people who wrote stories or wrote letters about their marriage looking for advice. Right? Looking for their advice. You can hear me. Okay, good. So, without further ado, we will drop our link for anybody who wants to come up and then their perspective, right? To see how we would answer these particular questions, see how we would address these issues that we ran across, and B, have some valuable insight. If you have been married or you want to get married, please listen. Please join. Please give us questions in the audience. And we may or may not be able to help you, but we want to. We want to. Hello, Jay. What's
Hey
happening?
HQ, how you doing?
Oh, I got my background on wrong. Told you I just ran in and I just ran in.
He just left out the back door.
No. I just ran in and I was like, because I was
That
asleep.
Cadillac just started up.
Mm-mm,
I heard it.
no.
I seen
Yeah.
it.
So we have people who get married and they don't know how to navigate marriage. What is one of the number one things that you would recommend for a person who has been married 10 years, Jay? What may be some of the fatigue points in a marriage?
What do you mean by that? What do you mean?
Fatigue points.
It's a lot of
Points
fatigue,
where
man.
you might have people start getting ennui and they start getting, you know, bored in the marriage. What would you suggest might be some things that could help jumpstart the relationship if you really want the marriage to last? What would you?
Go to hedonism together. No, just like
That might be interesting. I don't know
nah,
about
nah.
the marriage lasting.
It's
Right.
if I mean you got to be y'all both got to be two really good communicators. And
Yeah.
just like you sit down and do your annual budget for the family,
Hmm.
you should do a marriage budget. Like what's going on? What are we in surplus of? What are the things that I am really enjoying in this marriage?
Absolutely.
What things have I noticed that I've changed positively because of all of this? What have I learned? And then you tap into the little bit of, well, whatever it is, you tap into those negative things of yourself, of self-evaluation
Hmm.
of the
Hmm.
other person, of yourself. And then you say, what do you think? So it's a plus and minus from my perspective of me,
Hmm.
and it's a plus and minus of my perspective of you. And then you do the same thing, if
Right.
that makes
So,
sense.
yeah, that makes sense. I mean, because a lot of people don't take stock. It's like taking the temperature of the marriage. Do you take stock? Do you, or is it a 10-year thing, or is it a 5-year thing, or should it be a yearly thing? We take
as
stock
needed.
as needed, right?
Hmm.
Because some people understand what their mission, what the goal is to be married, and they move that way, they function that way. But some people get lost along the way, and so we have let you get letters from people who just don't know how to navigate being married 6 years, 7 years. There's a reason why there's a 7-year itch, right?
Itch, yeah.
Itch. There's a reason why there's a 7-year itch. Is because people have not calibrated or recalibrated the reason why they got married, or recalibrated the reason for being married or staying married. And the worst, what is one of the worst things, that one of the worst reasons why a person should stay married? What's one of the reasons? Not the reason, but one of the worst reasons.
Why they should stay married?
No, no, one of the worst reasons that they stay married, even though that should not be a reason.
Complacency.
Hmm. Absolutely,
That's
complaints.
probably it. You just don't want to. You don't like change. And something could be bad, and you don't like change.
Hmm.
And I guess kids might fall into that too. You just that's just what you know.
Hmm.
And you look at other stuff, you like, I don't want to make changes, and I'm too afraid to ask someone to make changes.
Right.
So I'm gonna
And see,
just sit in this and just be.
is that a difficult being? So, do you think you're in trouble if you're afraid to ask about your marriage? Do you think you're already in trouble?
I mean, that's like I said, communication is the first thing. It's not. That's why when people say marriage ain't easy. It's not easy. That's
Hmm.
just like, I mean, you think about going, if you had a job where you have to get an evaluation and you sit down and you have to listen to them tell you what you're doing wrong. Nobody wants to hear that, man. Nobody wants to hear it. And then everybody has a little bit of ego, and you're gonna get in your feelings, and you're gonna look at all the stuff that you are doing, especially if you're the man. I'm
Hmm.
paying all the bills around here. I'm doing all this. I'm doing all this, or you the woman, I cook and I clean and I do all this stuff. Yeah, but you're not. It's some other stuff you could be doing. Are you doing you c-
You could be doing a
yeah,
lot more, and that's bare minimum. Some of that is bare minimum, right?
yeah,
Cooking, cleaning. That's bare. All human beings should know how to cook, clean by the time they're 30, or whatever age it is. You should know how to cook, clean. You should be able to hold a job. You should be able to manage your finances. All of these things.
yeah. Or
When is
or
there an
or
opportunity? Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
or
I'm sorry.
like I was about to say, like Trill said, like especially if you a man, say you get laid off or
Mhm.
something, your position is not needed anymore. Now you struggling, what P Diddy say to them? I like the way you scraping and you scratching.
Mm,
You out there scraping and scratching, trying to find a job,
that's crazy.
and then you
Yeah.
might get a job that don't pay the same as the job you had before. And now she's looking at you sideways. It's like, come on, man, you can't do that, lady.
Right.
You can't
Right.
do that. He held it down this whole time, and some things change, don't. And then a little bit of respect starts slipping,
Right.
start saying stuff sideways out the neck, and it's like, hold on, man.
Right.
So it could be a lot. It could be a lot of different things.
Right. And so and so when we address these things, we also have to come to the conclusion that sometimes these things don't work. So if you had to put a reason, or no, not a reason, no. Do you think sometimes there are times when you did all the things you could and it's just not salvageable?
Well, I mean, the obvious extremes, anytime there's any physical abuse, you should be out of there. If
Hmm.
he putting his hands on you, if she putting her hands on you, I mean, that's it, man. I know nobody should have to tolerate somebody, beating on them. If somebody is uh like that, when and a lot of people use that as an excuse of somebody holding you accountable, like, oh, you abusing me verbally, or you talking down to me. No, I'm trying to tell you what's wrong with you. But I'm talking about like true verbal abuse and stuff,
Hmm.
anything like that can rub off negatively with the kids, any type of kid stuff, that you
Right.
need to be burnt up for that
Right.
one. But
Right.
yeah, there's a few things, and for some people it's infidelity. because that comes in so many different forms.
Yes.
All them work wives and work husbands.
Right.
You might not be doing something with them, but you're getting something from them.
But
So that
here's
might be
another thing.
infidelity
I
to some
gotta ask
people.
you this. I gotta ask you. I want to ask you this. Do you believe a person can cheat and still love their spouse?
Yeah,
No, no,
absolutely.
don't give me the talking point.
No, no, yes. The answer is yes.
Yes, right.
Yeah.
And so, why is it that it's so difficult? If a woman says she still loves her husband and she cheated, why would it be difficult for a man to stay?
It's different. It's a little bit different. There's that double standard because it's just a social double standard. It's the way men and women have been since the beginning. Men are hunters, women are hunted. I'm pursuing something else, and you're submitting to something else. So now you submitted to another man. You up under him. He's sweating on top of you, especially if he leaves something inside of you and something else happened. You expect me to raise another man's
So I ain't gonna
kid?
never get. We ain't never gonna get away with that double standard, are we?
It's not gonna ever go. It's not gonna ever go away. That's just a double standard. Just like you getting in the club free before 10. That's just the way it
so
is.
we,
It's
so
accepted.
we, so we address. Let's address foolish, Julius. Sometimes the two of you just grow in different directions. I wasn't the same person 25 years ago as I am today. Mm, mm. So how do we keep staying married? You know what I'm saying? How does one keep? How does one continue to stay married if we grow apart at 20? Everybody inevitably grows apart. That would be my question as to how people get married all the time, but how do they stay married? What do you do to? And then people may be married and have the same background, same moral values, same everything, and yet and still, it's difficult for people to stay married, right? And so this is our challenge. This is one of the challenges that we have today. We have a difficult challenge with people not wanting to get married because they feel as though it's a waste of time. Although I feel that is one of the most fulfilling things that a person can do. At least be married once to and try to stay married for a long time. At least attempt it. At least attempt it, I would say. And then say, I'm not all for, I'm against it, this, that, and the third. And we've heard all the cliches. It got to have some money. A woman's going to take my money. Most of us don't make enough money for that to be the case. So we're trying to put marriages together. We're trying to keep marriages together. We're trying to do all of those things. So, Foolish Julius, thank you for the super chat, $5. Sometimes the two of you just grow in different directions. That's correct. I wasn't the same person 25 years ago as I am today. Absolutely. I think I am so completely and utterly different from when I was 25. So many things that I wish I could have did differently. So many things I wish I could have said differently. Treated him differently, talked to him differently, loved him differently. Even though we stayed together, it's still regrets that I might have, for things that I didn't do in a relationship. Maybe I could have been more amiable, more submissive, maybe. I have no idea. So I'm learning and fleshing these things out as we go along, as we have these chats, as we have these marital demonstrations that we have across the world, across the social media, all of these things. I'm learning even as I'm older, as I have been 30 years married. I learn new things every day, beautiful things about marriage, knowing that you're a better person within a marriage is something that you would want to know. You know what I'm saying? These are things that you would want to know, you know? So I'm saying, don't be scared of marriage. All right. Everyone hit the like button, hit the like button coming in, hit the super chat if you can. Please support the channel. I appreciate it. I appreciate all that you all do. I love to have these sessions and these talks. So we will get into our first letter. I was trying to wait for Jay, right? But we will get into the first letter. Okay. This is the first letter. The other day, my husband, the other day, I showed my husband a backdoor toy. A backdoor toy. I was thinking of purchasing for myself. He exploded and said, "Where the hell is this coming from?" After his reaction, I said, "I don't worry about it. I'm not going to worry about it, and I'm not going to buy it." He later told me that he wasn't trying to accuse me of anything or shame me, just dealing with intrusive thoughts about what I was thinking about. I told him I hadn't thought he was accusing me of anything, but I do now. And that he was definitely shaming me and made me feel disgusting for wanting to explore my own body and sexuality. Well, he ended up ordering the toy for me without saying anything, and when I opened it, I was floored with shame. I told him I didn't want it and to send it back. I got into bed and cocooned myself into blankets and I cried. He wrote to me saying that he always dreamed about me being into things like this, and he didn't know why he reacted the way that he did. He just referred back to the intrusive thoughts that he was having. We have been struggling a lot with him thinking I'm cheating, but I am not. I've come home from an 11-hour day at my internship to see him seething with rage over a made-up indiscretion. I have no reason to believe he is cheating either. I have to try to reassure him not only do we have a good life for our 2 teenage children. Wow. I share my location with him regardless. He has free access to my phone anytime he wants. I am open and honest with him. I don't know how much of this I can take. What he's doing hurts me and makes me feel bad. We have been married for 16 years and we have 2 children. And we just bought our dream house. I don't understand what is going on with my husband. Whoa. So what's going on with the husband? He had a fit because she bought a toy, or she wanted to buy a sex toy, and he got upset. And then he thinks she's having an affair. Ouch. So what does she do? What does she need to do? Wow. This is so beyond my understanding of what's going on. The wife wanted to buy a sex toy. And then when she said, I showed him that she wanted to buy this particular toy, backdoor action, y'all. He went off. He exploded. Like, what you doing that for? Why you want to try that? What's going on with you? Blah, blah, blah. As though she was cheating. And he made her feel as though, yeah, she's thinking about but then that's the thing. That's what he's thinking. So he exploded on her when she didn't think that. But see, that's the thing. That's my whole idea. He doesn't understand his wife. Okay? His rage, you all need to address why he was so outraged with that. But then Trio, what did he say? What did you say? You said she's thinking about what it's like to be with someone else. This is what she thinks he thinks. That's the only thing she could think of why he went off. She thought he would be. No, as a matter of fact, It doesn't give us that information. It gives us the information that she wanted her own pleasure. This was her own pleasure because she said, me and my own, something for my pleasure. Okay. Something for my pleasure. So my whole thing is, why wouldn't you explore that with your partner? Why would that be something that you're threatened by with your partner? But I thought I could be honest with you. I thought as a partner, a sexual partner, a sexually uh uh see, this takes a special relationship anyway. Most people are too ashamed of sex to even bring something like this up. She brings a backdoor toy. She said, I want to try this backdoor toy. She says it to him. He explodes. She's not responsible for what he thinks. She's not responsible for that him thinking she might be doing something else. When I bring a toy or a sex toy into the house and I say, hey, I'm thinking of, I'm doing some backdoor action. I would like some backdoor action. And she tells her partner, why would the first thought run across men's mind is that she's cheating? And this is probably what went across his mind. Now, he's done some irreparable harm in his relationship. Instead of asking questions, instead of saying, where did you get, what made you decide to do this? Or what made you decide that you wanted to explore backdoor action? Instead of asking her that, now he's made her ashamed of her sexuality. So how do you make her, so now she's not going to tell you anything? Why wouldn't backdoor action benefit you and her? How does that not benefit you and her? Listen to what you all are saying. Listen to what you're saying. That's just like my husband coming to me and saying, hey, HQ, I want to put some nipple clamps on you. Nipple clamps. So am I supposed to say, you cheating, motherfucker? No, you cheating, blah, blah, blah. You see how that sounds? If I do it to him and he comes to me, hey, hon, can you put some nipple clamps on? I want to spice up the bedroom. And then all of a sudden, my husband says that to me, and all of a sudden I say, oh, hell no, you better get away from me. Who you been putting them nipple clamps on? Who you messing with? You see how that would be jarring and upsetting to the woman. Mhm. So I'm saying, I think he overreacted in this scenario. I would have fleshed it out a little bit more. I would have asked more questions. You want to do some backdoor action? Yeah. Jihan, the people do nipple clamps. People do like that sexually, They do like to do sexual things. You do know that. It's called exploration in the bedroom. The pleasure, sometimes that pleasure is not just for men, it's pleasure for women too. If he comes and he says nipple clamp, no HQ. How would you feel if your husband said he wants to put nipple clamps on himself? I'd ask him what kind of kink you developing, hon? What's going on? What you developing? What's going on? Why do you like that? Right. It's a question. It's a conversation that they should have. It's a conversation that they should have. But your mind should not, after 16 years, your mind should not automatically jump to she's cheating. That should not be your first thought. Okay. That should never be your first thought. Specifically, if you want to have specific. Did you hear the scenario, Jay?
For the most part, I heard some backdoor toy, and he blew up at her, and I don't know how long
I'm
did they
saying
say how long they've been together?
16 years.
16 years. Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
she had an
It's
article. She said, "Can I would like to, I would like to buy this backdoor toy right here." Showed him the toy. Said, "Hey, I want to explore this too." And
it's funny because it's when you look at and see it where a man's mind come from. It's like 16 years we ain't did none of that stuff, and now you want to do something. What you doing? That's our natural go-to, man. Because
right.
like, where is this coming from?
But
Where's this
he
coming from?
exploded on her.
But
When
yeah,
she
yeah, yeah.
decided,
I get that. Which is, I mean, come on, bro. Stay in your frame. Like, try to do a little investigation to figure out what's going on.
right?
But I mean, like, who said it? When people get older, as said before, when we grow, we learn more about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
That don't stop at one particular aspect of life.
Right.
It's a diaspora. There's so many different things that encompasses. Like, when you growing, your mind. Hey man, I might want to try that, man. I want my
Right.
wife to do that. Or somebody at work might say a joke about somebody doing something. Hey, suck your joint in the back or something like that. You'd be like, man, I wonder what that's like. Hey, babe,
Right. Right. But
where you
no,
coming from with this? Like, whoa,
the
what? I
better
just thought of it.
the bigger issue is the if I came to you and I said, "Hey, I want to do some backdoor action," I heard about some weird shit. I want to try it with you. What's going on? I heard about it. Ain't do it. I heard about it, and you explode on me.
Yeah,
What the
that's.
hell
I
you
mean,
doing?
that's.
Blah
I
blah
don't
blah.
know. I don't know where that's. I don't know what that's about. I,
I'm not. I'm. Wouldn't that make me not want to come to you about anything else about when it came to
I
my
could see we're
sexuality?
being taken back from, like, yo, what, that, what, like, what? I'm surprised about this, but like exploding at somebody for that, like, that's not how I would react.
Right. Right.
I can't really put myself in the mind frame of someone who would explode
Right. He tried
from
to make
from
up
that.
for it. He tried to make up for it. He actually went and he bought the toy and said, "Hey, let's try whatever you were talking about trying." And she was like, and now
No,
now
that's he can still do it. She really want to do it. All he
yeah,
got
she
is
really wants to.
he yeah, and whatever. Yeah,
Right. I mean, but it does shy or make you shy away from asking. It does make you
yeah,
shy away from asking.
yeah. I
But the
mean,
whole
yeah, I
point
can
is
see
you got to
that.
be open to these things. I'm not saying being open to wild stuff like you using the dildo on me, or me using the dildo on him. That's a
Yeah, you
whole
better,
nother story.
you better,
But I'm saying you should
you
be
better back
open
on
to
up with that thing, man.
So you better get away from
Now,
me. Get
then,
away
then I'm
from
a
me.
yeah. I can see why he would explode if she was like, "Hey, I want to use this on you, girl."
Hey, Black America. Hey,
Hello, can you guys hear me okay?
yes, sir.
What's up, Black?
All right, yeah. Hey, how are you doing today? And Miss HQ and Jay, everybody in the chat. Yeah, this goes
Good.
back to where I see men talk themselves out of the box.
Mm,
Uh, he, but at the same time, once again, you have to realize that Jay been married for 17, 18 years. Jay don't get nearly as much trim as he did 10 years ago, right? J- Jay don't get nearly as much trim as when the first 2 years when they was married. Jay don't get nearly as much trim as before they got married because she was giving him the ass every day, everything to procure him and get him into the situation of matrimony, right?
mm,
So 10 years, I mean, she might not. We don't know when the last time she had sex with this man. And then, she comes along and say, "Hey, why don't you go ahead and run up my backside?" And he's like, "What what the what the fuck are you talking about?" You know what I mean? So it's really what place that they are in. The best way to present that, and if there's any ladies in the audience listening, you want to present something freaky to your mate, Let him come home and you're watching a porno. Hey, I want to
Whoa.
try everything. I want to try everything on this porno.
That's what I'm talking
And
about.
and a man is going to say, "Why are you watching that? What are you doing?" And then he's going to say, "Okay," because it's for one, porn is something all men have seen. All men love movies and all of this stuff. We have all seen this stuff. It makes it a level of, hey, this is my idea and it's your idea. Don't come up with no off the wall. And like I said, after 16 years and she ain't never did it, she's not going to do it. I'm used to women. If I take you out to lunch, I expect for you to take me out to the car and give me some head. That's the kind of guy that I am, because
Wow.
that's the type of shit that I expect.
Right,
But
right, right.
don't stop doing it 6 months from now, because then I'm gonna put you on the block list. You're gonna be on timeout. I'm gonna put you in the corner.
Mm,
You see what I mean? So
yeah,
she
yeah.
she 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 presented it wrong, but
Hmm.
he actually took it wrong.
Right.
But yeah, it definitely sounds like she was doing something that she may not should have been doing. That it
So
does
you
sound like
say,
a
so you
cheating.
say, you say, when he come home, the TV, the stuff should be on. It should be the porn should be on,
Yeah,
or
have
something
a
like
flick
that.
on.
Okay.
Have a flick on. Let me tell you something, ladies. I'm gonna be honest with you. Y'all don't know how many times we watch porn when y'all leave the house. Y'all, we can't, we can't wait for
I'm watch,
y'all to leave.
I'm watching it right
Oh,
now. I'm watching it right
you
now.
know,
You
you know.
wild,
I'm
man.
going to get
I'm
my
just
hair
playing.
done. Good, good. You need some extra money? Good. Go to the movies too. We can't wait for y'all to leave. Get out.
Hey, Black. It
Get
was on.
So
It was on Instagram, bro. The dude is, one of them little skits. The dude said, when old girl leaves, she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna just run to the store real quick." She walked out and then she forgot her keys, bro. He turned
oh,
back and opened the door. The laptop was up. The candles was on. He had lotion in his hand already. He looked up.
yeah, yeah. So, and that's why I'm telling them, Jay. They don't know how much we want sex. Yes, I could have been just had some coochie. I need some more. You guys don't know how ravenous men are. Like, really, you really don't. To be with one woman, or to have to try and be with one woman as a man, you kill yourself. You kill you kill your you kill yourself trying to be with just one woman with all the
mhm.
restraining that you have to do. It's
But it can be done.
horrible.
But it can be done. It can be done.
No, it shouldn't. That's why I'm gonna tell you something. I Happy wife, happy life, and married men are live longer. That's true for every race except for black men. I actually looked it up because these niggas is unhappy with the amount of cheeks and buns that they're getting once their woman gets to a certain threshold.
Here we go. Natural KIC, $10. Thank you very much. Just supporting this freaky conversation. Fire. Yes, ma'am. I hit the like button already. Thank you. Y'all hit the like button. Super chats are great. Cash apps are welcome. Please support the channel. Thank you very much. I would
Gotta have them
greatly
yams.
appreciate it. We have to do what we got to do. We got 23 likes. Next scenario for the married couple, the married guy, girl.
Mm.
Everyone wants to forgive. Everyone wants me to forgive and reconcile. Mm. Long story short, my husband, whom I believe loves me, is a very good husband to me. Super nice and supportive and helpful. We have a few kids together. But he would take pictures of my private parts when I am asleep
What?
and do things to me in my sleep. Wow.
Goddamn right. I love it.
Black. Come on, man.
We had many serious conversations about this, and the last time I confronted him about the photos, I said it would be over. The other day it happened again. He was touching me in my sleep and took pictures. Now that I'm actually taking action about things being over, he's getting help and trying to work with me in every way he can. But our entire marriage, I've been uncomfortable being touched by him or anything, and I don't think that's going to change. I'm
While she's
glad he's
asleep
getting
or in
help.
general?
I don't know. But now I feel alone because everyone is pressuring me to reconcile and downplay what he has done. I am a
She
victim
don't
of
like him. She don't like him. That's all that is. She doesn't like him.
wow. That's wild. It's a bigger question as to why he's behaving this way. Is it a compulsion? Are you the only person he's doing that to? Has he always done this? And if he has always done this, why are you speaking about it now after having all these children?
Yeah, I need some context.
That's wild.
I need to know, like,
No,
has she
no.
always said this was no? Has she always said she didn't like this from the beginning, and it's just something she dealt with? Because that is creepy to do it to do something to your spouse that they don't want you to do, regardless of them saying, "I don't want you to do that." That's weird. And
Jay, you
also, I see
never
what you're
woke.
saying,
Hold
Black.
on, hold on, hold on. You
I see
never
what you're
woke your
saying,
wife
Black.
up with no dick. Come on, bro. You
This
never
is not
woke
what
your
she
wife
said.
up
She's
with.
not saying he doing that though. She's not saying he's not doing that.
He is.
What if she don't want images of her out there like that? Because what if his phone, is it on, I don't know, it's 2025, is it on a cloud? When you take pictures, is his cloud turned off?
Right.
What is, like, I could understand with your partner, y'all taking, mutual consensual stuff together, videos, pictures, whatever you do. Okay, yeah. But if she don't want it being done, imagine if every time you get out the shower and you hang and your wife come in there, hey man, like, what are you doing, man? Or she
Yeah,
taking pictures
yes,
of you
sir.
from behind.
Yeah,
She taking
yes,
pictures of you from
sir.
behind.
Go ahead
You
and
know,
do it. As long as the picture is for her, I'm fine with that.
yeah, but it's consensual to you. She doesn't like it.
Right. Right.
She
And my
don't
whole
like
thing
him
is
doing it.
she seems to think it happens and it has to have happened for either, no, not has to have happened. She put up with it. Why did you put up with it through children? Why did you put up with it? Because at some
Y'all don't
point,
think
that's wild. Because the first time my husband would have did it, I'd have been like, oh no, don't take pictures of me or this is going to be over. The first time you did it. You understand what I'm saying? The first time you
I
did
do.
it, we ain't going to be able to do this right here. And then act accordingly. Apparently, he's been doing it. The family knows about it. Her family knows about it. This is wild. So this has been going on. So
They
now
they
you're upset.
only know because she has said something. They didn't know because he was going around showing pictures of her. They know because she has a problem with it.
And don't you think that's a
That's a
violation somehow? It's a
hell
violation.
hell no. That's a her problem. Uh, my is a
Hell no,
possessive
that ain't her
pronoun.
problem. What?
That's a her problem. My
This
is a
this is a
possessive pronoun. My
this is an
husband,
issue of
my
consent,
kids,
man.
my wife. It's not an issue of consent if that's supposed to be your wife.
It don't
You
matter.
That
you
This
don't
is
get to
so
something that
do
she don't
so
want.
so listen. So
you don't
listen.
get to do it. Wait a
I'm
minute,
not the kind of guy.
hold on, Black America. Do you uh wait a minute. Do you believe that you can say and do anything to a spouse and they have to take it because they're your spouse?
No, because black is saying, he's saying that now because
Oh
he
no,
he he feels that. But on the other side, Black has already said, like, if you gonna go, I don't care. So he not gonna do what the other person want him to do. You've already said that. That if she wants you to go to the opera, you ain't going to the opera. So you're not hers because
right?
she
That
can't get you to do
yes.
what she. So this is a
That's a
one-sided. Your
that's a
your
damn
your situation
Jay.
is a one-sided thing.
That's not true though, Jay. Because I will actually lay down my life.
That's irrelevant. The life
Don't
part
want
is
to go. I
okay. So I was
don't
talking
mean that
to
I
a
won't.
buddy of mine.
No,
I was talking
Hold
to a
on,
buddy
hold
of
on.
mine
You're
about.
fading in and out, Black America. Hold on, hold on.
I was talking to a buddy of mine about the whole, us as men, we are willing to lay down our lives for the people that we love and our family, right? And I'm saying, and I can understand how that's brave and that's noble, and that's what we should do as men. And it's like, but that's easy. Because once you're gone, you're gone. Because nobody going, I'm gonna get tortured for my family. No, I'm gonna lay down my life. I'm gonna jump in front of that, whatever, and take that whatever, or go into the building, like yada yada yada. I'm gonna lay down my life for my family. But a lot of us don't live for our families. A lot of us don't go to get the doctor checkups. A lot of us don't go to the gym and work out. A lot of us don't put down the alcohol, 5-6 days a week and go, go on a walk or go eat healthy. We don't live for them. A lot of us don't. A lot of us normal men don't strive to improve ourselves when it comes to reading or learning new things or getting outside of our own personal boxes and doing stuff. So we die for our families, but how many of us would live for our families?
Live for our families.
You going
This
to
right
that opera,
here.
Black? Did she say, "Come on, babe, let's go to the opera"? You don't want to go. I know you don't. I know you ain't about to go to that Oppenheimer.
I don't believe in that. I don't believe in that. I don't like anything you said, Jay. I don't like your tone,
So,
young man.
so
I really
why?
don't.
So why she gotta take them sleepy butt naked pictures for you when you? I could understand that I could understand waking your wife up for some sliding. I could get that. And if your wife loves you, she gonna be like,
That
okay,
3
babe, let's
a.m.
get
is a
this.
thing. That 3
But
a.m. is a
Oh,
thing.
he always follows her
wait,
only when
wait,
she
wait a
sleeps,
minute.
bro.
So,
In pictures
so
when
it's
she
okay.
sleeps.
So, so it's okay for the AM sliding. So that's what you're saying. So this is my whole thing. It starts to become a slippery slope of what you can and cannot do.
It
Once
might not
again,
even be
I don't
slippery yet.
believe that. Damn, that's there you go. That sounds like a her problem too. If she having the
No,
problems in that
no,
area.
no. I think what I'm saying, what I am saying is there's a boundary. Even though you're married, your spouse or you have boundaries. You have your own personal internal boundaries that a person, regardless of whether they're married to you or not, should never cross. There's boundaries that you have personally as a man. You do not want your woman to come in and put a dildo up between your cheeks or your. You would not allow that, right or wrong. You would not allow that. That's a personal
What does
boundary
that
against you.
what does that have to do?
You wait a
What
minute,
does
hold on.
that
I'm trying to explain.
listen? What does that have to do with the AM sliding? What does that have to do with the AM slide?
I'm trying to explain why this is a violation for the woman. That's just like me walking into the bedroom in the middle of the night and sliding a dildo between your cheeks and violating your body and saying, "Oh no, I'm married to you, so you gotta take it." But then you're talking about
It,
but you're
it
talking
is
about
not the same.
hold on. But then you're saying
It's not.
you're saying it's
He
okay for
catching
you
one
to
to
be
the
lifting
ribs,
up the
boy.
covers, taking my panties off, and then taking shots of my vagina.
Yeah,
You
she a
see how
deep
both
sleeper
of
too.
those are
God, dog.
violations? I mean, do you see how those are
Jay,
both violations
no.
of your
So
person?
so
That's a
so
violation
Jay,
of your space, and it's a violation of her space, of her body.
Jay, I know I know you've been married 18 years, Jay. Do you have any females that you are super cool?
Yeah.
So if you have any females that you are super cool with, I am going to say that 98% of them, they have naked pictures of themselves, their boobies and their hoo-has in their phone.
It's 2025,
I,
man.
I,
Yeah.
I, oh, okay, so if you have pictures of them in your phone and I'm married to you,
I
then
want pictures of
I
them.
want those pictures too. That's all I'm saying. That's all HQ. You once again, that's why I say that us people that are a little bit older, this game has passed us, HQ. I don't fuck with women that's over like
No. You're missing the whole complete
Yeah, I
point.
ain't dead asleep, man.
The whole complete point is that he is
She ain't
violating
never.
her. He is
She
violating
ain't.
her even though they're married. Not every part of my body belongs to you. I have to. This is what that comes down to. Your body belongs to you, and my body belongs to me. I give you
I don't. I don't know.
permission. I
I
give you
don't know what you
permission.
guys got going
Hold
on.
on.
I don't.
Hold
I
on.
really don't. I'm sorry.
Hold on. I give you permission. I give you permission to use my body or touch my body or do those kind of things, specific things to my body. I don't give you permission to take pictures of my body with my legs wide open. Take pictures, hold them, show them, savor, or I don't give you permission to do that. You're telling me that a woman or a man, what if I did that same thing to you? You woke up in the middle of the night and I was taking pictures of you. I was taking pictures of your so you'd be like, what the
Yeah, what are you
you would
doing,
say,
girl?
what the hell is going on? This is what she's saying. I wake up and you're taking pictures of me, and I've already said don't do that. You're saying she's my wife, so I get to do that. That's not how that works, Black
Nah, it's
America.
giving some kind of that's some kind of fetish, man. It's giving a little
Yeah.
bit of
Yeah.
necro or
Yeah.
something. Like he
It's
like
definitely given. It's definitely given weird, right? I want to say that. But once again, Jay, your wife has never woke you up kissing on you in other regions, bro.
no.
Like I don't under like
No,
like I like I don't
not
under
to give my personal
like
business, but no,
I
that's
don't yeah
unfortunately.
like
I'm just saying,
so
unfortunately.
hey, you see what I'm saying? You have to say unfortunately for that, and
But my thing
I
is,
feel
I mean, if
sorry
I'm
for you
asleep, I like to be
in
asleep,
that
man.
case.
I mean, it ain't. I'll get it.
No,
I'll get it later.
if you want to wake me up with some buns, you wake me up with some top or something like that. I am all for it. No man is turning down a blowjob when he's asleep, Jay. I don't care how you got to get to the ping. Just get to it and do what you're gonna do. I don't care if I'm asleep. I don't know. Like I said,
Yeah,
hey,
but those are
that's you
boundaries.
guys.
Those are
But
boundaries
that's
that
also
people.
something that you want.
Right,
She
right.
don't want this. It's
You
beyond the
don't want
act of
head?
what's happening. It's beyond the act of
Oh my
actually what's
God.
happening, and you got
Right.
to look at the person's that wants. And she don't want that. She don't want it. Just like the first scenario, the backdoor scenario. Say he wanted to do that and she didn't. That's his wife. So you saying because that's his wife, he could do that. He could just run up in the back door when he want to because that's his wife. That's what you're saying. Because it's the same thing.
No,
She don't
no.
want to be touched when she's sleeping.
Or or he should have on the flick when she comes in and say, "Hey, baby, let's try every." It goes both
What if she
ways.
don't want to do that? What if she got diverticulitis? What if she got bad hemorrhoids or something and she just don't
God,
want that?
come on, Jay.
What if
You
she
let all
had
that air
what if
out the
she
balloon, bro.
I'm not deflating it, bro. I'm just trying. I told y'all, man. I told y'all I'm trying to come from the most rational down the middle perspective. I'm not taking the man side, I'm taking the female side. I'm trying to take truth where truth and reality undefeated. I'm trying to take the truth and reality.
Mm-hmm.
She might not want that.
I'm
When
just
she
saying, turn
sleep,
it
babe,
around.
That's
can you
fine.
pretend to be
That's
asleep?
100% fine.
But I'm saying, turn
Let's
it
do a photo
around.
shoot where you pretend to be asleep. Because that's what I'm into. I like that.
Right.
Let me do the consensual kind of you pretend to be asleep thing, me kind of wake you up kind of thing.
Right.
Let me do
Right.
that. Are you
Right.
down for that? Yeah, I'll do
Mhm.
that. I just don't like when you do it when I am asleep. Okay, I can
I don't
pretend.
know
I
whether
can
you're
stretch my
sticking
truth a little
your.
bit.
We don't know.
I,
We don't know what
I,
you're
I
doing.
did, I did, I did say that he was weird, right? The
Yeah.
photos is the weird part. The photos is the weird part. But trying to touch on her and rub on her and get some when she's asleep is. I'm telling you, that sounds like a man who is sexually starved for intimacy, right?
He can't
He is
wait till she
starved for
awake. Every time she's
he
asleep, he
she
does it.
Jay, what if she doesn't allow him to touch her?
That's a
Have you
what
thought
if
of that?
though. Well, then that's
No,
another huge problem. That's another big problem.
exact, And that's what I'm saying. That's why he sounds weird to me. I
That's why
say
I
he
said we
sounds
need
like
some
a
more. We need
weirdo.
some more context. That's why I said we do need a
Right.
little bit more context when that
A little
comes to
bit more,
that. Because she
but
did
the
say, "I don't
scenario,
like to be touched." She
right,
did say, "I don't like to be touched when I'm asleep." And then that's his fault for marrying a woman who don't want to be touched
right.
and having kids with her.
Or she,
She don't want to be
maybe she
touched,
just
touched
means
at all.
that particular thing. But that is kind of off when it. But anyway, third.
Wake it up.
After being married for 10 years, I'm starting to believe that love is overrated as the foundation of a long-term marriage. Uh-oh. The butterflies fade, ebbs and flows, life gets messy. What actually keeps a marriage going? Emotional endurance. Uh-oh. The ability to tolerate your partner's worst days and them yours without
Okay.
running for the door. I used to think we needed to be in love all the time to have a good marriage. Now I think that expectation is what ruins a lot of perfectly good relationships. People treat temporary emotional slumps like red flags instead of what they usually are: normal, up and down, boring human things. If you're expecting romance to carry you through 30 years, you're probably setting yourself up for failure and disappointment. It's not sexy, but grit, loyalty, and the ability to shut up during an argument you know you're right about. That's the glue. I'm not saying love doesn't endure or matter, but I am saying it's not the priority once you've been a few years into it. Thoughts? Or am I way off base?
I'm assuming, I don't know if this is the man or the woman saying this, but I'm assuming when they say the in love or love part, they're talking about happiness. And I already know what Black is going to say, and he's absolutely right.
What you gonna say
The,
to that, Black?
the man is
I,
going
I'm
to do
not.
it regardless.
I'm not here to make you happy. I'm here to take care of you. So
Mm,
it's duty and honor. I don't give a shit about how happy you are. I care about the fact that you're not going to be eating cat food when you're 60 years old. That's
mm,
what I care about. I care about that when I die, you're gonna have some life insurance money to pay off the other house or the bills, and make sure you get a new car to try and last you the rest of your life. That's what I care about. I don't care about how happy you are. It's stupid. It's stupid to me.
Well, I mean, I think he's right on the money. I think the letter's right on the money. I think you also have to try to incorporate some of those things like affection and romance in the middle of that duty, responsibility, commitment. Because otherwise, what if I'm not being cared for? If I'm just being cared for, you just come home, work, sleep, go in the room, go in your man cave, don't say anything to me, and you're just taking care of me. Why am I just there just for you to take care of me? I also want to be there to be wanted and adored and loved and cared for and touched, specifically touched.
But
But
what this person was saying is that they thought it was that Disney marriage
mm,
type stuff where it's
mm,
all birds chirping and flowers growing and stuff like that. And what this person realized was this is ups and downs, and true love endures the good, the bad, and the ugly. That's what
right,
this person is saying. They've come to the realization that it's not about the just being happy, being in love all the time, and not even liking the person that you with, but getting through those tough times together, and then eventually, hopefully, coming out
That's
on the
right,
other
Jay.
side and seeing the, and be like, oh, and then when you look, you ever gone through something like, I remember, like, just for anybody who a veteran, boot camp or a deployment, and it's crappy, bad, but then you get back home, or whatever like that, and you talking to your boys that you went through it with, or the people you went through something hard with, and y'all laughing about it. Because it's
mm,
like we both went through that together. We wasn't against each other when we did that hard thing. We both went through it together, and we beat that challenge together. So now we can look back, hey, and then you might be able to laugh, hey, when you went and slept with that old big head girl, and I almost left your butt. I went to go live with my mama for a little bit, or
mm,
whatever. Or when he like, man, when you went and spent up all my money and bought that expensive purse or whatever, and you ain't tell me, and I had to pay that, man, I almost left your butt, you know, and y'all ha 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 key now. Whereas when you was in it, it was for real, for real. So that's that endurance.
That means you can't just balk or run at the first sign of something. Just because there's an issue doesn't mean it's a complete red flag where you walk out the door and you don't come back. Some issues, a lot of issues can be resolved if y'all know how to communicate with each other. If you have patience and tolerance. I'm sticking this out. You're not getting beat. You're not getting cussed out. You're not doing all these weird, all these outside things that people just bring. Oh, she cheated, but I'm not staying. Or she spent all my money. I'm not staying. There's ways around a lot of these issues that people leave for. And I understand sometimes people say, well, women leave for no reason. She walking out the door just for, well, he lost his job, she leave. I'm not leaving if you lose. I'm not leaving if you lost a job. I remember we might have been married. I don't know when we were married, how long we had been married, and he lost and Philo lost the job because he was fighting on the job. I said, "What the hell? What the hell? What were you fighting? You know?" And went through the whole thing of why and what, blah blah blah. If I would have been a lesser woman, because I'm Superman, right? What's going on that you would be? What's going on that you would be fighting on the job, right? Of course, some other woman would have left, walked out, maybe been pissed off. What you doing? Blah blah blah. No, I took stock of that. Okay, then what's the game plan? What do you plan to do? Do we plan to do the same thing? You have responsibilities. I have responsibilities. You can't be doing that on the job. Regardless of whether you had an argument or it was the wrong thing, you can't be doing that on the job. And it never happened again. And he was, on his square. He was on the square because I was like, no, we can't do that, right? But the whole point is, you cannot just walk out the door for some things that maybe a little bit of time, a little bit more understanding, a little bit of counseling can fix. There's a lot of things that counseling can fix. There's a lot of things that talking, sitting down, trying to figure out what the root cause of it is, you can get past those things. I'm not saying everything you can get past, but a lot of things you can get past if it doesn't involve hands to foot, getting beat up, cussing out, cheating. There's a lot of things that you can fix or get past. Okay? So, next letter. I'm seeking advice. Wow. I'm a 35-year-old woman. I've been married to my husband, 47, for 2 years. Lately, whenever we argue, he tends to threaten to divorce me, which makes me feel even more trapped. The real issue is that I want to talk about his past cheating, and behavior, specifically his porn addiction, paying for webcams, joining dating sites, checking out escorts online. These things hurt me deeply, and I feel like I can't get him to understand how much it affects this relationship. Wow. Every time I bring up these issues, he gets defensive, yells at me, calls me names like moron, psychopath, and bitch, and refuses to have a calm conversation. Sometimes he even threatens me with violence. He once told me he'd spit in my face if I didn't stop asking about a woman from Canada. He claims it's just a friend. And he said he'd kill me if I pushed him further. I'm scared and overwhelmed. I don't know what to do. Wow. That's wild.
Hey,
y'all hit the like button coming in, please. Oh, yeah, that's wild. Y'all hit the like button coming in. We need support for the channel. Super chats are great. Cash apps are welcome. Please and thank you. Jay Tillman, thank you, sir. $6.99 super sticker. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Support for the channel is very much needed. Thank you very much. Thank you. And hit the cash app. I mean the like button, share button, all those good things. What do you say, Jay? Woo!
He has no what's it called, man? No restraint on his urges, his physical urges.
What
He
the
just
hell?
he got a high drive, and he don't care. He giving into it.
Right.
And that's very risky behavior. If he's, I mean, if he going that far, he probably
There's danger in that.
he's tapped herself, or she end up with something that she don't need. This is one of the cases where I'm like, yeah, you might need to
Bow
go.
out.
I mean, unless I mean, if he not willing to go get counseling for himself for his urges, and this is all urges, because if you threatening somebody's life, that's not something to joke with. Like you talk about, if you keep on pushing me, nah, man, you this is one of them pew you and pew me situations kind of thing, man. You need to go ahead, get yourself up out of there, lady.
I wouldn't even begin to know how to tell this person that this marriage may already be over. What did she say? Escorts, porn addiction,
The full gambit. He's
cheating
doing
behavior.
all of it. If it's available, he going for it.
So he don't have no restraint about being married to her. He don't
Nah.
have nothing that's stopping him from saying, "Hey, dude, you are married. What are you doing? Cheating, acting up, porn." See, when you get into escorting, then that means you're subjecting me to risky behavior.
Anybody who, this is my opinion, with all the free stuff that you could just watch out there, anybody paying for like cams or something like that, like you got an issue, man. You got a problem. It's, I mean, if you want to hop on something that's just free, quick, boom, boom, you could watch the same person on something different. You just got to go find out where to find it if you want it. It's the
Wow.
same stuff. So why would you ever pay for that? So if he's paying for it and he's going on all these different, I mean, there's no reason why you would go on dating sites and escort sites if you're not wanting to go meet people and do some stuff.
Wow.
So, I mean, he could be bringing all types of stuff back to her. It's just to protect herself. That's it. All right, bro. Fair enough.
This happens a
Go do
lot.
what you do.
This happens a lot. Okay. This happens a lot where
For the
here's a
same thing
question
to
I got.
him.
Why would a partner go out and cheat but don't use protection? What is going on with that? That's a question I'm asking you, Jay. What should a partner when a person does that? To me, it's more about respect. You have lost all respect for me. If I'm your wife and you're out cheating and you're not even using protection. You're not even worried about catching anything. You're just out here
Living in the moment.
living in the moment. That's disrespectful. When
What's
does
that?
a
Living on a prayer?
That's crazy. That's crazy, and I get it.
Living on a prayer.
I get it that maybe there's some things that that's a whole nother level of disrespect because you're not even concerning yourself about what I might run into or what might happen to me because you're not concerning yourself about protecting yourself. You're not protecting yourself. You're not protecting me. What kind of marriage could that possibly? Do you think the marriage is broken down by that time?
Oh, this example, they're done. They said natural.
That marriage is done. This is some J Prince type stuff. Ooh, y'all wrong.
Ooh. Oh man,
That's
but
way
like,
wrong.
man, like this is done, man. That's risky behavior. This is addiction.
That's wild.
Like Tahil said, different modalities to get the same thing. Because his brain, it's like it's probably something where it don't stop chasing that sensation. You know what I'm saying? No matter what, he can't get enough of that feeling. So this is okay. I did that. That's enough. I need it over here to get that. Like, ooh, bro, you spending money on it? Nah, you good, man.
That's crazy. So here's our next question. We agree. that is beyond the pale, and that's one of the instances in which it's a no-go. We gotta go. I gotta go, you gotta go, everybody
She
gotta
gotta
go.
protect herself. Like, I'm thinking about if it's my female family member, right? What advice would I give her? You gotta go. You gotta get out of there. Something's gonna happen to you. One, you're gonna contract something because he's probably doing something. If he can't never satisfy that urge, it's not stopping at online, right? If he gets the opportunity, he going to get something. And and this is the unsavory behavior. He's not going to protect himself. He's not going to stop if the sensation to get it naturally, or if the feeling, he's not going to wrap up. He going to get that. And then going to bring something back to you. That's dangerous, number one. And then second one is like, if you bring it up to him, he's saying he going to off you. No, fam. Because then if he touch you, I'm gonna have to do something.
Jesus.
I'm gonna have to put my hands on him.
Was it hard? What did you find the hardest thing to do once you got married? What was the hardest thing you found that you had to do once you got married? When
take somebody else's feelings into account.
Taking
That's the hardest thing, and that encompasses a lot of different things. Like, because you got to think about it, man. When we teenagers, and you got your older brothers, cousins, and friends and stuff like that, and everybody talking about getting it, how you get it, how you go cap the girls, how you talk to girls, how you get the number. Oh, you don't even know what it smell like. Yeah. And all this in your head. So, and then on top of your own natural hormones, you like, man, I got it, man. I got to get it, man. And then you start to get it, and you get good at acquiring either numbers or stuff. And then the physical stuff starts to happen. And you're like, yo, this is the best. And then you meet a girl where after you're done, you're like, yo, I could kind of be around. I like being around her. Right. And then that grows and grows and grows. And you have these relationships. And then you get one relationship where you're like, yeah, this is going to be the one. Now, all of that training and mental preparation and stuff you got to have game. You got to have charisma. You got to do this. You got to do this. Right. And now all that's gone. And she heard all your lines now. You could flirt with her, but she just gonna laugh at you.
Right.
Like, boy, what are you doing?
Right.
You know, but then, you got the one girl down at the Wendy's, whatever. You always go get the coffee there, and you smile at her, and she's smiling. You're like, oh man, I miss that feeling. I know I could get her, but now I can't. Now I can't. Or a girl come up and like, hey, how you doing? I was at my son's thing, and some other lady came up to me and say, hey, are you married? Because somebody over there was interested. And I'm like, no, I'm married. I just don't wear a ring. And now in my mind, I'm like, oh shoot, man, which one was it? You can't. And I told my old lady, but you can't do nothing about it. You can't do nothing about it. So that's the biggest thing. Now I can't do that because I got to take her. I'm in something now.
Right.
That's why I think when I posed that question, is monogamy natural?
Right.
Because I don't know how women feel about it, but I know
you don't
men,
so you don't think monogamy is natural for men?
I don't believe it is. Physiologically, it's not.
Okay. So, but if you're a monogamous man, but why do so many people decide that they're going to get into this monogamous thing called marriage?
Society. That's I mean, because the benefits far outweigh the risks.
You say the marital benefits outweigh the risk
if you do it right. I'm not talking about it. See, now in today's day and age, it's a bigger risk to get married for men, because the first thing women start talking about is how you look physically and how much money you making. So that's all you want. You don't care about the type of person I am. You don't care about my morality. You're not looking down the line and seeing where we're going to be down there.
Yeah,
like
but that's
Black
both
says,
sexes, though.
No, it's not. It's not.
Because the first thing a man looks at is what I look like. He's not worried about what I value, how I look, how I think, or beyond my physical. He's not worried about what I have lashes on, I have fingernails on. You're worried about what I look like. You're not worried about that I'm a good girl.
We want you to take we want you to take that stuff off. We want you to be that good girl. We don't want all the glitz and the glamour stuff because that lets us know that you care more about that instead of us. Boy, bye. You can't tell me eyelashes
Yeah, but
flipping,
we think
weaves, and
as
all this
women,
stuff.
we think all you want is sex from us. And we move
All
accordingly.
men,
All you want is sex from me? Okay, then
it's
we're gonna
not
have we're
all.
gonna have
It's
to
not
pay for it.
all, but it's
I
not all, but
know.
all men do want that.
And that's what I'm saying. We
Yeah,
think
but
that's
that's
what
not
you want.
all we want. That's
All
not
right.
all we want.
But that's not all we want.
But when you hear men saying what they want in a woman, they not saying I want a baddie, I want this boss B, I want this. They like, what do they want? Fit, feminine, friendly. That's what men say, right? And I know we tired of the same talking points, but I'm just
But I'm
emphasizing what
saying you
men
do
say
us
they
a
want.
disservice. But you do women a disservice when you say that's all we care about is your money and
It's
your
not
wallet.
all we care about, but a lot
No,
of
no, I'm
women,
saying
when they
men.
are talking about money, when I are talking about men, money is at the
But we're not
forefront of what
talking about
they're.
money. Why do you all think money provision is all about money? It's not just all about
No, I'm saying that's
any
what I hear
woman.
women talking about.
Jay, any woman you ask, any woman, I can bet you right now, any woman you ask, the first thing she is concerned about when she's looking for a man is him making her feel safe or her being protected. That is the first thing a woman will say. Every woman, I guarantee you, 99.9% of women are going to say, I need to feel safe first.
HQ,
That's
I wish
first.
you was closer. I wish you were closer because you know what I would love to do with you, HQ? Hit the street.
I
Go
have
out
done
with a
it.
mic and
I
go
did
out
it
with
a
a mic
couple
and a
weeks
camera
ago.
asking these
I did
questions
it a couple
in these
weeks ago.
popular areas.
But I did it a
I
couple
would
weeks ago,
love to
Jay.
do that, man.
I did
I
it a
would
couple
love to do
weeks
that
ago. I did
because
it for older
when I
women.
see this,
I did it for media. I did it for younger women, 30-year-olds. I did it for girls that were in their early 20s. And every one of those women that I asked said they needed to feel safe. Every one.
analyzations, I need to see the
A
footage.
dude, because a dude came to me and said, y'all women just want money. Y'all women just want this. I said, I guarantee you, I don't even have to make no provisions. Let's go into Walmart, and every woman I walk up to, I guarantee she gonna say she need to feel safe. And every woman I walked up to, white, black, Hispanic, said they needed to feel safe.
Because
They
they in
need
Walmart in the hood, probably.
they needed to be protected.
I'm
No,
just
these are
playing. I'm
regular.
just playing. I was just
They
playing.
needed to be protected. They needed to feel safe. It had nothing. I said, one woman said, "Oh, money, blah blah blah." I said, "Money? Why do you need money? Why is money the one of the first ones that you say?" She said, "Because then he can take care of me. He can." I said, "What's the other name for being
Oh,
taken
so you
care of?"
had to walk her into it, HQ.
Yeah, that was
Okay,
number
so
one.
there might be a divide between because internet is going internet, social media is going social media, whatever. But
Mhm.
as far as the internet and social media is concerned, when women are asked in mass, it's money, it's
And
money,
money is what?
and that has the internet and social media has an effect on people's subconscious.
It's
So
not
even if they're not saying it to
money.
you, because if I would go up to them and ask them, they might tell me something different than they tell you. You like y'all gonna laugh, but HQ looks like a distinguished woman when she goes up and he's asking people with the smile and stuff, asking them these questions. And they be like, okay, no, I want to feel safe. And
No,
then I
no,
come
no.
up to them
I don't
and
lead
then be
them
like,
into
hey,
that.
what do you
I
want
didn't
to?
lead
And
them
they
into
looking at me like,
I didn't
I
lead
need
them
a
into
man
that.
that's gonna make at least 80. It's 60
Mm-mm.
to 80. That's about right. And they be like, okay.
But it's not the question that I asked. I didn't ask what was the number one thing that was important. I asked her, what do you look for when you look for a mate? What do you look for when you're looking for a man? When you look into the future, what do you look for in a man?
Facts, Julius. Money does mean safety and security for a lot of
Right.
women.
And that's why I had to break it down when I said, what does that look like to you? What do you mean he has to have money? Well,
Yeah,
he has to be able to take
provisions,
care of me. And I said, what's another word for taking care of? What does that
roof over
mean?
your head, food in your belly, kids
Safety.
going to good schools, money,
Safety. That's
safety,
what money
money.
means to women. safety, protection. That's what that means. And
But
every woman that I talked to said I needed to feel safe and I needed to be protected.
women
If
don't know
that
what
means
feelings.
he
I
has
mean,
to
they
bring
just want to
money,
feel safe because you big.
and
I,
if he needs to bring money, if the money is what that means, that's what that means.
HQ, do you know if I could go out in the public right
Y'all want to
now?
paint that narrative. It is
No,
not
I'm
what
not.
women find
But
it.
it's not. But women don't know what safety is, right? I can.
Yes, we do know what
I can.
safety
No, they
is.
don't. I can go out in the public right now. Say if unassuming, just dressed the way I am, I could go up and I can approach a couple in a threatening manner.
Mm-hmm.
That most men wouldn't be able to keep their woman safe from me putting my hands on them. They don't know that it's an illusion of safety.
But why are you saying that?
They don't, because it's not, they're not being safe. That's our goal, to keep women safe. I know that's why I started boxing, because I wanted to be able to protect myself, because I know I'm a big dude, I can protect myself, but I didn't know how to fight. So I had to learn how to fight. Most guys don't know how to fight. Most guys don't know how to protect. And that's one of our number one things that we're supposed to be able to do: protect and provide.
And so I
As
say to
the
that,
chat, a lot of guys don't know how to fight. They don't know
and
how
what
to protect themselves, let
and what I
alone a
say to
family.
that, and what I say to that is protection is more than money.
But it's the money. The protection is the money, because they're not doing it physically.
It's more than money.
Putting an alarm on the house, being able,
So
buying another
right,
tool to be able to use.
protection for a woman means more than money. And a lot of women think the more money you have, the more protection you will get. But she really means she needs to feel safe. And it once you break all of that down, oh, he needs to have money. He needs to have six figures. Why he need to have six figures, honey? Where does he need to have that? We can buy things, we can make sure go on this, that. Soon as she get to the point where you break it down for her, it'll always come down to safety or being protected.
Yeah, protection is money, safety and protection. If I make more
But
money,
that's not
do you think I'm
only,
going to live in an unsavory neighborhood if I
but
make
that's not
more money?
only what it
It's
means.
not. I'm not saying only. I'm not saying only, but
But
it's a
see, I'm
part
trying
of
to
it.
figure out what's wrong with wanting you to have enough money to protect me.
But I'm saying that's what they lead with. Because now I forgot who I was listening to too. Oh man, women. I use that term loosely, talking about uh all the, if you like how KG says, oh, you dealing with this rich man now you got to deal with him cheating, you got to deal with him doing this and doing what he want, and now you got to get on it. Well, you can deal with poor men, will do that too. It's no different. So now you're painting rich men, a man with provisions, you painted him in a bad light because he has assets and money. Now you're saying because he is a high value man, he gonna treat you bad. That's what they're putting out now. So
Okay.
because I earn a certain amount of money now, I'm just gonna treat you bad. And they don't never take themselves, they don't never accountable for the things that they're doing. And they hate the table conversation. You don't want to talk about that. Well, what am I getting out of being with you other than being able to shower you with gifts and make your life comfortable?
Well, you have been married for a long time, so you know what else she brings to the table other than just being able to be taken care of. I don't think you
Yeah, I
just
could touch her when she's sleeping.
with a camera under
With the
the
camera
covers.
on.
That would be so wild. Just what? What? There would be somebody with a boot to the face. You feel me?
Oh
Just
man.
wow, a boot to the face. Listen, this is the next
Have-
letter. Listen,
hold, hold,
you got
hold,
something
hold,
to say,
hold on.
Bloody Mary? Yeah,
Hold,
go ahead.
yeah, hold on before you move on, right quick.
Go ahead.
HQ, do you know who Kimbo Slice is?
That name sounds
Kimbo
familiar.
Slice, beard, bald head,
Sound
bulldog.
familiar.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So Jay, you know who Kimbo Slice is. Do you know
Let
that
me.
Kimbo Slice was a homeless backyard life?
Oh, backyard
Okay,
brawler. Backyard brawler.
he was a homeless backyard brawler. Okay, Kimbo Slice didn't have no woman, he didn't have no kids, but he could sleep somebody with 1 to 2 punches. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
no woman is going and getting men that are homeless and are broke, because it doesn't matter how safe they are, they need to have some money. Guess what happened when Kimbo Slice got famous and got some money? He is now dead.
Mm.
4 to 5 years after being famous, he got famous and got started getting money. Now he got all the access to everything that he wanted, and he's dead because he had access to too much. Right? The problem is because he didn't have any bearings in the first place. He didn't have a woman who was by his side, and now he could do anything he wanted. Women
Mm.
aren't looking for protection, HQ. They're looking for an amount of money, and
I'm telling y'all, that is what it
they
is. I'm
they
telling you,
equate
that's what
that
it is.
to protection, but
I can't.
money is not.
Yeah,
They equate it to protection,
I
but
can't.
money is
I
not.
can't help it if women don't know how to articulate what they need. I can't help that. I'm telling you from the conversations and the women that I have talked to, they come up with the money thing, but the money thing is really a protection and a safety thing.
That's
Women
what
just don't know how to
that's what you
articulate that.
say. That's what
It's
you
what
say.
I
But
know.
It
HQ,
is safety in
I
the
I
aspect though.
I've also heard
It's
you
what I
say that you
know.
date a man who makes $50,000 a year. I've heard you say that,
Yeah, because
and
because if
and
I
it,
make more,
and
I
it's
expect
not
him
for
to make more.
it's for what?
That has nothing to do with safety or
It it
protection. But he
it
still,
doesn't have nothing to
even
do
if
with protection.
hold on. But even if he makes more than me, he still has to make me feel safe. He still has to make me feel protected. Why the hell would
A
I
man,
go over there?
a
Why the
man,
hell? Wait a minute,
a
hold on. Why would I go over to his home and he has all the money in the world, and every time I turn around, somebody is in the house having a party, looking around. I can't feel safe in no house like that. He can have all the money that he wants. You're never there. You're always out in Jamaica. You're always out in England. I can't depend on you to be there. You got all the money in the world. Don't no
Well, if you got
woman
that kind of
worth
money,
her
I got
salt.
security.
Yeah, but that I still wouldn't feel safe, and you're not
Oh,
the
that's you
person
not
that's.
feeling safe. That's you
But
being
then that's a
safe.
lot of money. That's a whole nother thing. That's
You
a
just
whole
said
nother
I'm in
H,
Europe.
level.
What
H,
am I doing in Europe?
But that's a whole
HQ.
nother level.
What does
Regular,
that have to
ordinary,
do?
individual people want
I
to feel
said
safe.
you. I said you and a man who's making $50,000. You said you wouldn't date a man who makes
Right.
$50,000.
Right.
I don't know where you
He
get
would
this
have to make
man of
more than me.
abundance from.
He
It,
would have to make more than me.
for what?
He would just have to make more than me. He just would. Cause yeah, I've never gotten involved with a man
Because
who
it
made
doesn't
less
have
than me.
anything to do with
Well,
safety.
just that's what I'm saying. HQ, you
I'm
just
And
saying
there
literally
you
said
go.
he's got
It,
to
it
make
don't have
more.
nothing to do with
saying
safety.
I've never been involved with a man that made less than me, and that relationship would be able to survive with me making more. Cause there's always a dynamic where he feels some type of way. It is what it is. So no, I would not date somebody who made
No.
less than me. I'm just saying. That's just for
Once
me.
again,
No,
that's a you problem. That's a you problem.
Hey,
no,
And
hey,
I
hey,
think
that's
it's
what I
nothing
what did your
wrong with
said.
it.
boys what did your boy say on the panel the other
That's
day?
what I said.
Checkmate. I got you, HQ. Checkmate.
That's what I said. But that has nothing to do with safety. Period.
I
What you
know, but
talking about?
why would he have to make more?
Because
Because you
he would
put the
feel some
money
type of
first.
way. Not
No,
that I would
no,
feel some
no.
type
You
of
just
way.
no, nope,
He
nope,
would
nope,
feel
nope,
some type of
nope,
way.
nope, nope, nope. Nope, you would feel some type of way too.
No, I wouldn't feel any type of way.
Yeah, you would. Then take that 50K.
He would
Take that
feel some type of
45K,
way.
dude.
He would feel some type of way. I know he would feel some type of way. Most men feel some type of way if the woman makes more than him. He would feel some type of way. I
Why
wouldn't
do women think that?
I don't
I
know.
would like
because
to know, why do
I've
women
never
think
seen a
that?
relationship. I've never seen a dynamic where the man makes way less than the woman and then he don't feel some type of way. That's why. Or she feels some type
So
of
a
way.
man has
Or
told
she
you.
feels some type
So
of way.
there you go. So because I have never talked to a man whose woman made more than them, and that man feels some type of way. I have never even of a man that said, "Oh man, my girl make more than me. I'm feeling insecure or anything
Wait a
like
minute,
that."
hold
That's
on.
not
Wait a
something
minute,
that
wait a minute.
happens.
Now we gonna just dismiss y'all talking about the boss babe, the boss chick.
No. See,
What?
okay, no.
What?
See, what do boss chicks and boss babes do? They don't, it's not
They
just make
boss.
money.
They boss.
Yeah, but
So
you're not
therefore, I
Have an
don't
bossing.
want a man who
He's
attitude.
makes
not
less
your
than me.
employee. He's
So
not your
therefore, I don't want a
employee.
man who makes less than me.
Okay, you got a lead up. You got a man who wants to be a leader, right? When he makes more and he does the thing, he's going to want to be a leader regardless. When a woman makes more money, she don't want to be a leader because being a leader comes responsibility. She wants to be a what? A boss. She wants to boss you. You ain't gonna tell me what to do. There's a difference. We don't want boss chicks.
And
We
so
don't want them. It's a lot of mouth work.
Therefore, my premise still stands. I don't want a
No.
man who makes
And
less than me.
yeah, and it's not the man that has a problem with that. It's not. He
Yes,
doesn't
it
have a
is.
problem with her.
That's
He
the
doesn't
woman.
have a problem with her making more money inherently. He has a problem with how she acts when she makes more money.
And it's all the woman.
Thank
He
you,
don't
Jay.
never, he
Thank you,
don't never
Jay.
have a problem. He don't never have a problem. So in
What
order to
woman?
avoid
What
all of
woman
that,
calls herself a boss chick who is like like good? Whenever you hear, it's always something bad when they say they're a boss chick.
and I'm saying, but we
Have
don't
you
even
ever
have to
had heard a
we
man
don't even have
complain
to go
about that?
there.
Have
Never
you
heard a
ever
man
heard?
complain about
Have
his
you
woman making more
have you
money.
ever heard a man complain about it, HQ? That's what I'm saying. I don't understand.
There's plenty
I,
of men
I
who get on panels. Plenty
I
of
ain't
men who get on panels
no.
who say,
I
"Wait
ain't
a
heard
minute,
a
I
word from
hold
Stedman
on."
in
There's
since
plenty of
I'm
men who get
1992.
on panels. There's plenty of men who get on panels and say, "When she gets money, she get to acting funny," and then
It has
there's
nothing to do
plenty
with
of
the
yes,
money.
and then get on the panel. I hear women who make money get on the panel and say, "He felt some type of way because I made more money than him."
but
No, it's he said
that's
when
not what
she
it is.
made the
You
money,
all keep
she started
saying that
acting
it's not
funny.
the
So it
men.
wasn't the money. It's not the money, HQ. The money is not the problem. It's the way she acts when she
So
makes
then
the money.
why they got a belt or they have a problem with a woman who has money or makes more money?
No, oh my goodness,
No,
HQ.
So y'all
that's not what it is.
okay. You trying to split it between
I'm not
boss lady
splitting it.
and lady with
No,
money.
no, 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 no,
That's
no.
always been
No,
how
I'm
no,
it
no,
not
no.
is.
splitting it. I'm
Always
not,
been the
he
same
doesn't
thing.
inherently have a problem with her. Say the woman is a good is the relationship is going fantastic, right? There's no complaints either side, right? He's making 80. Now she starts to make 110, right? And the relationship never changes. Everything in that relationship, her only thing that changes, her income went up. It almost doubled. It went from 60 to 110. Boom. But the relationship dynamic never changes, right? You think he's going to have a problem because she makes almost double what she makes? No. But
I'm
say
not
she starts to
saying
make 110 and all of a sudden,
I'm not
I'm
saying
going out tonight.
I'm not
Where you going?
saying
What you worried about what I make? What you worried about where I'm going? It's my
but
I made this extra money. I can go.
I can see
Hey
that part.
babe, why'd you get those? And then now it has nothing to do with the money inherently. It's the way
It's
that
her
she
attitude.
There you
it's
Yeah,
go.
the
it's
it's the change in her.
So
What has
therefore now
nothing to
you
do with her
understand.
making more money. It's the change in her.
So
So
now
you
you
can't say
understand.
men don't like women
So now you understand why I don't want a man who makes less than me.
because
okay.
you're gonna change. Because you're gonna have an
This is
attitude.
so so this is the problem, HQ, right?
I don't
This
know
is the
whether he
problem
will
with
change. I don't know whether I'm going to change. See,
That's what you're saying. You're saying you're
fluid.
gonna change.
I'm direct enough to understand. I may
Oh,
change. He may
me
change.
too.
More than likely, I'm not going to change because I don't believe money is all that important like that.
Yeah, me
I'm
either.
more than
I could
likely
care
I'm not
less.
going to change. But I don't want the dynamic being introduced into my relationship where I have to defend
you
myself.
do believe money is important because you
No,
just
I don't.
said
I
you
don't
wouldn't
look
date a
at it
man
like
who's
that.
making 50.
Yeah, he's got
Okay,
to
Mm-hmm.
make more. He's got to make more.
okay, so
So we
let me
don't run
pose
into
this
that
question
dynamic.
to you.
We don't run into that
Let
dynamic.
let me pose this question to you.
Right.
We're married. I make double what you make, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Now, I say I'm not going to work and you're working, right? We still got money.
Mm-hmm.
What's the, and so now you start acting shitty, right? Because we still got money, you still got everything you want, but
Mm-hmm.
I'm not working and you're working. So you feel like you have money coming in. It is your attitude that changes. Men don't say, oh, she makes more than me. And like I said, I have never, and I'm actually, after I get off here, I'm going to look it up to see if a man anywhere on the internet is complaining about his woman making more than him, because I've never in my life heard it. And I
No,
don't
Never.
think
I've only heard men get on the panel and say, "Oh, she changed or she got an attitude when she started making more money." And
right,
then
right. So we're
on the
not.
other hand, I'm saying I've heard women on the internet say the same thing. The minute I started making more money, then he had a problem with that. So I'm saying, in
He didn't
order to
have a problem
avoid
with her
that
making more
whole
money.
dynamic, in order to
He
avoid
have a
that
problem with
whole
her
dynamic,
attitude. He had a
Yeah.
problem with her attitude, not the
The
money.
women say that
see,
because
I
they
would
don't,
never
those
have an
type of women
attitude.
don't want to take accountability for the change that they've had because they're making more money than him. He didn't have a problem with her making more money. He has a problem with her attitude change because now she's making more money than him.
So you men tell it, but it's a different thing for the women who be telling
HQ,
it.
you saying the same
So
thing
who
to us.
says you're right
HQ, you
and
saying the
who
same
says
thing
that
to
they're right?
us.
Nobody.
HQ, you saying the same thing that we're saying. You don't
I'm
realize it,
saying
but you are.
I'm saying he has to make more money than me. I don't know what y'all think I'm saying. I'm just saying
Because
that.
your attitude is going to
No,
change.
because fee because it was 3 years that fee couldn't make any money, and it was not that. Never did I have an attitude about money
So
because
what's
I
the problem
understood that.
now? So what's the
Because
problem
it ain't
now?
gonna be me. It's not going to be me to do that.
So
And
what?
and
HQ,
How
but
much more money he got to make if he?
you guys already had 30 years in. You guys already had 30 years in. What the hell are you going to complain about? You finally having to do something after 3 decades? Are you
No, but
serious?
hey, these
black
things can happen.
HQ's even missing it. If Mr. Gerald down the street looked like he's a Denzel clone, Mr. Gerald down the street, he owned his own mechanic shop, right? Mr. Gerald pulls in 55. On 55, he's doing good himself, right?
Right.
So why does he have to make more to come into HQ's life? It's already an addition. He can't
No,
take away if he can't take away from you, even if he's making 50. He can't take away from HQ. He's
Because
already supporting
because she's
himself.
greedy. She's
I'm not
greedy.
greedy. I'm not
You
greedy.
greedy, HQ.
I'm not
And
Who you
greedy.
I'm
Black?
not
Who you
liking
out there
your
in the
tone.
public hiding from?
I'm
Black? Who
I'm
you out
not
there?
I'm
greedy
I'm
like that. Not at all. Not at all. I'm not greedy like that at all. If you saw
Look at
me outside and
incognito.
you'd be like, you don't even spend no money like that. I don't own no I have 5 purses and
So
they
why he got
cheap.
to make more HQ? He's coming into what you got established already.
Because I'm
He's got
saying,
something established already.
all right,
It's only adding. He can only add to you. Now he's pouring love into you. He's going ahead and making your ears touch right here, or your toes touch right here. He's
but
doing all that stuff.
listen to this.
Why does he have to make more?
Wait a
I don't
minute.
get
Hold
it.
on. We got the red flags. When we have red flags, we think we try to avoid these pitfalls. We try to avoid
what
these
kind of
little
red
things.
flag?
Where
What's
these
a
red
red
flags come
flag?
from? Where these
If it's
where's
about
Zeus at,
protection,
man?
what's
Where is
what,
Zeus
what's the
at? What
red
room are
flag?
we in right now?
I'm falling into that little thing. I'm falling into that little internet trap where we talk about them red flags. I ain't finna fall into that. I'm
Don't
just
fall in
saying,
that. Mr.
make
Gerald
what
is a
I
good
make,
man.
make what I make or more. Whether it's 50,000 or 60,000, make what I make or
He's
more. That's
70
all I'm
though.
asking.
He can't make that little man in the boat float for her because he's 70. But you better take that old man and wait and put some life insurance on him.
No, money for me, money doesn't. If I when I was younger, money
Backside pro.
equated for security. I have security from. I have my own security. The money is not a part of security. Money is a part of being living a better life, being able to afford things that you can afford when you're older, like medicines, trips, vacations, those kind of things. That it's more about that we do together, things we do together. Who the hell wants to be in the house and we both make, between us, we make $25K and we can't fucking afford the electric bill, or we can't afford to take a trip or go vacation, or we can't afford to go to dinner? Who at this age, what the hell else I got to enjoy besides that? I can't be hitting
What do
Cancun
you need to go to dinner
with
for?
booties.
What's up with all of these trips and shit? Why you need to go do all that?
I'm saying
You
to
better take a
enjoy
walk
life.
down on the beach
We
in the park.
work all of our lives in order to afford these things. We work all of our lives in order to afford the good thing. Buy a boat, go canoeing, go on trips. These are the things I want to enjoy as an older person. So he has to have money too in order for us to enjoy these things. So that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you got to have $1 million. I'm saying match me. You got your money, I got my money. We put a little money together and we do things together. I ain't trying to break you, and you ain't gotta support me. I got money to support myself. You support yourself, and then we can put a little bit of money together, and then we support each other.
Okay, so if you have money to support yourself, and he's doing fine in his life, why does he need more money?
Because
I just don't. I don't know. Maybe
then he would be on the same
Because you
level.
wasn't here yet, Tyranny. That's why.
Because then he would be on the same level as me monetarily, and then we wouldn't be lacking.
He is on the same level as you. He doesn't have credit card debt. Okay. He doesn't have credit card debt. His house is paid for. He owed as a motherfucker. Like, he got everything that he needs, but you just like, you need more money so I can go on trips and shit like that.
But here's
rocking
the thing.
chair. You need a rocking chair.
Front porch.
If we don't have credit cards and we don't have savings and we don't have we have savings, but a little bit of savings, but we still gotta live. We still gotta do what we gotta do. How
What
are we
Black
gonna
Eyed
do
Peas
all
say?
this?
Where is the
We gotta have
love?
extra money. We're gonna have the extra money.
Where's
I'm
the
just
love,
telling
HQ?
you, at
Where's the love,
55,
HQ?
that ain't a lot of money.
Where's the love, HQ?
Extra money for what?
For
extra
what?
money for what?
Enjoy life, goddammit. To enjoy life. I want to wake
Ain't
up.
you enjoying life right now? You don't need money to enjoy life.
He need to enjoy life with me. If
He is
ain't got no
enjoying
money,
life.
if he don't have the
He got money. He got money, just not an exorbitant amount of money.
He has to have this. He has to match.
Yeah, I
me
can't sing word crap, though. Where is the love?
Y'all wild. Let me read the one last scenario. Come on, y'all. Husband's grief over new life. Husband's grief.
Here we go.
Y'all hit the like button, the super chats. I don't have enough super chats. We got to support the team. I got to get at least the $20 an hour. What happened to the $20, y'all? Or what happened to the super chats or any of those good things? We're having a good discussion. Come on, support the channel. We need to support the channel. Otherwise, we can't have conversations like this every day. Got to be supported, please. And thank you. Hit the like button, share button, all those good things. Husband's grief over new life. We have been together for over 3 years and have a 9-month-old. My husband goes into long tangents about how he grieves his old life in various ways. He says
what
things
I was talking
like
about earlier.
Huh?
Oh, okay, never mind. I thought he was talking about what I was talking about earlier. Missing that spin that game.
He says things like he misses traveling or getting to talk to his friends on the phone for long periods of time.
Do it, bro.
This man averages over 4 hours a day on combo. I say he can talk for shorter times, and he says he can't because he has bad time management. He mostly brings up that because of the life he chose with us, me and my child, he doesn't get to have his spiritual practices or his friends anymore.
She said her and her child.
Her and her child. They got a child together.
She said her child.
Her and her child.
Not their child.
Her and their child. I'm saying
no.
her and her child. She says she just says a 9-month-old. I'm saying her and her child.
Okay.
He goes to 8+ commitments on Saturday and wants to pray and meditate for 30 minutes in the morning. Which he is welcome to do if he wakes up 30 minutes earlier, but says he can't do it because of the nights waking with the baby. He misses his old life.
Oh man, shut up, bro. You
What the hell? He said,
Y'all
but
got a new
basically,
baby, man.
he grieving the pre-parent and family life. What the
He got
hell?
postpartum. He got postpartum.
Depression. Yes, he got postpartum
He
depression.
got postpartum, man. Come
That's
on, bro.
wild.
Oh man.
I
Go
didn't think about it
meditate
until
for a
you
nice
said it.
run in the morning, man. You'll be all right.
Yeah.
Get that stuff flowing, man.
What I would say to him is you need some
It'll pull
alone
it out.
time yourself. Make sure you figure out how you can get yourself a man cave in your house where you can go and do your meditation, your praying, because that's what she says he misses. He don't have enough time to pray. He doesn't have. And what you can do is if you got to watch the baby, go in there and do maybe when the baby is asleep, you make a prayer corner for yourself and then do what you got to do while the baby is asleep. Have a man cave. But you got to have, see, here's the thing what a lot of people don't understand. You are still an individual person. So you still have to have things that you do on your own that you are accomplishing and you feel in control of by yourself. Everything cannot be done with a spouse. Sometimes if you're one of those people that are introverted or one of those people that are used to doing things alone and not detrimental things, then you're going to miss that time where you have things that you do alone. When I was younger, when I got married, I would go in the bathroom and lock the door in the bathroom and I would journal. I just sit on the bathroom floor and it would be my alone time and I would journal. The kids would be asleep, he would be asleep, or he would be at work, and I'd sit in that room and I'd journal. And then I could face the day without having resentment. I'm saying, even if you're married, you need to have alone time sometime. And I'm not saying going out with your boyfriend, your boys, and having this, but I am saying, hey, we going to play some pool. Why can't me and the boys go play some pool? We go play some pool. That's alone time. Or alone time in which you take a drive, or you go fishing on your own, or whatever. When you need alone time, then you need to be honest about needing that alone time. You need to be honest. Well, you know what? I need to read books. See, my alone time was going in the bathroom and journaling. My alone time was going to Barnes and Nobles and sitting on the Barnes and Nobles couch and staying there for an hour or two. That was my alone time. Just because you got married doesn't mean you don't, and that's perfectly harmless. Just like some people's alone time may be going to the gym. Just let me go to the gym. Let me work by myself. Everybody needs alone time to recalibrate, to appreciate. This man doesn't seem to understand that he needs to recalibrate. You cannot just continue to live for the family when you are not putting stuff back into yourself. You
Can't
have
be
to
too
put
rigid,
stuff back into
man.
yourself, right?
In your own thinking and stuff to help yourself. You can't be too rigid.
Right.
You got a 9-month-old, bro.
Right.
And you crying about you not being able to do little stuff, man.
You gave birth to that girl.
You want to talk on the phone, dog? I'm sorry. I don't even like talking on the phone, man.
Right.
I'll be talking because you know what just happened to me, whatever. One of my good friends called me and I'm on the phone with him and we just talking, chopping it up. And I'm like, well, all right, bro. Like, catch you later, man. I see you when I come back to Buffalo next month. Like, I don't want to talk. Like,
Like,
he said he had 8 on Saturday, 8 engagements on Saturday. What did she say he had? What did she say he had on the Saturday? She said he had.
No, he had 8 hours worth of engagement, religious engagements.
Oh, okay, yeah, like, bro,
he's a really religious person, and he's not able to do that with the baby because otherwise
you better ask
she's left
God.
with the baby. Right.
Hold the baby and pray or something. Hold the baby and listen and watch the YouTube Bible stuff.
And that's why I said prayer.
Let her get her rest during the day.
Right.
Let her get her rest during the day or towards the evening. So you got the baby. I got it. I got the bottle, baby. Yada, yada, yada. So at night, you could give her because she got the booby, and you can go in the other room and get you some sleep, fam.
Right. Right.
Make sure she got the bot, whatever she need, the wipes, everything set up, the diapers, all that, the pillows up, right? What do you need? Solution based. What's going on?
Right.
Let me get this baby, walk the baby, put the baby in the stroller, go for a walk. You take your rest. So tonight you can stay up, and if you need to, and you can sleep, whatever. Come on, man. It's not that hard, man.
Right. I mean, it's
They
not
only
that
got
hard.
one.
I mean, you got one. Try having 5. Try having 5 of them buggers. Man, them curtain climbers was coming out the woodwork. I was like,
Oh man.
wow. Mine was 6 and 7, 2 and 1, and I was like, boom. Until I had the next one 10 years later. No way, ain't no way. One, I could do one I could do one with my hands tied behind.
Oh man. Yeah,
Love it.
I don't. I mean, because I used to work like night shift and stuff, like long hours, so I was kind of used to adjust it to the night. Man, I put my daughter, man, just I'd be asleep, just like on the bed right here, not moving, still,
Right.
not even
Right.
neck stiff, back hurt, just sleep. And then she go change her little thing, give her a little bungy, get a burp, whatever, boom, right back to it. Oh, she done spit up on me, got to change, boom, 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 right back to it. Go get your sleep, man. Because I'm not gonna complain.
Right.
And I'm not saying this, whatever, man. But I'm talking about me specifically. I'm gonna just do it. Yeah, man. Let you get your sleep.
I get it.
Because I know you need your sleep. You just had a baby.
Right.
Your body's recovering.
I know she ragged. You ragged. I get it. He's a religious person. Hey, you got to make it work, and you got to figure out how you have some alone time, and that alone time can be taking care of the baby when the baby's asleep, making sure that she has some time to herself. You both can have time to yourself. That's wild. We're gonna do this last.
He got too much religion, man. That's 8 hours.
She said 8 hours. This is our last
God,
one.
like, all right, man. Would y'all just stop? Just stop. Just.
It's our last one.
I get it. I got it after hour 3, man. Let's
get it.
Go take care of your family.
My husband and my mother-in-law are against me postponing having a baby. But we're deeply in debt. We have no insurance, and I don't know what to do. I'm 25, living with my husband away from my hometown. We're trying to have a baby, but I made a clear decision. I want to wait until we're out of debt and we're covered by health insurance before we're having a baby. The issue, my husband and mother-in-law think debt is no big deal. They're pressuring me not to postpone the pregnancy. They say money will come, things will work out, but I'm the one who has to carry the baby and potentially recover from postpartum in India without any support system, no parents, no siblings, Jesus, no financial cushion, no insurance. He said, my husband already sends a significant portion of his income to his parents every month. He has been in debt for a while, and realistically, it will take years to get out of debt. Wow. She said, if I become pregnant right now, we have no health insurance. We got to pay out of pocket. We live abroad, away from home, 1,000 miles away. Move to hometown equals living with my mother-in-law, and I definitely do not want to do that. It honestly terrifies me. I'm not trying to delay a baby forever. I want to be a mother, but not like this. Not with debt, not without security, not while being the only adult seeing the full picture. And yet I'm made to feel guilty, dramatic, even selfish for not rushing into having a baby.
That's the culture.
My mother-in-law and my husband think I'm acting. What say you?
That's the culture.
Wow.
How dare you not have a child for your husband? And then the culture is also you're going to send money. I don't even know what they call it, but it's a pool. Everybody sends money back to the primary family.
All the children send money back to the mom and dad.
Yep.
Wow. Well, it seems as though it's India. They send all of the kids send money back to the.
It's a large Indian population here where I am.
Right.
And that's like when like out this way, the blueberry farms and all that stuff, you're gonna
Mm-hmm.
see like you're gonna drive by, you're gonna see a blueberry fields,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're gonna see elevated land, and you're just gonna see a big old house, big beautiful house, no landscaping, just nice
Oh.
cars and stuff parked out, and it might even have one of them fraud the finished room over the garage or like an apartment over a garage.
Mm-hmm.
All the generations, all the family gonna stay in the house together. You're gonna see like 8, 9, 10 cars out front. And they all pool, all they don't. If I'm getting married, and my wife gonna be Indian, guess where she gonna go? She gonna come move in. We gonna have kids in that house. Who gonna watch the kids? The grandparents gonna watch the kids, or the aunts and uncles gonna watch the kids. Everybody gonna be raised together. But when
Okay.
they
So.
still live overseas,
Mm-hmm.
that money's going to them.
So okay. So do you see anything wrong with that?
That's their culture. I mean, I do, but that's their culture.
And that's the way. And she's saying he's sending money. He's sending a significant portion of his income to his parents every month.
I wonder if she's in. Did she say she was Indian
No,
too?
she said India. She said Singapore. Singapore.
So she could be Indian, but she might be like Singaporean or Chinese or whatever.
Alone, she's in India with her husband. Stays in Singapore to keep working.
Yeah. So he's okay. So they're probably Indian. He's probably in tech, working in Singapore, sending money back to his family, and they want her to get pregnant and have a kid, but they don't have, for some reason, they don't. I don't know why he wouldn't have insurance if he's got an overseas job. That don't really make sense, but whatever. But yeah, that's
no insurance.
Or it could be a dowry he's paying back or something for her. I mean, but it's going to his family. No, the money is going to his family. So
yeah, the money is going to his family, and it's like okay, she said he has significant debt. He has significant debt. He has
probably
a
from school
debt. He has been
school.
in debt for a while, and realistically, it will take years for it to clear.
Yeah, wow. It might be school. He could be in medical. He could be a doctor working over in Singapore. He could be a tech working over in Singapore. It's a lot of different stuff like that. But yeah, they send, and that's the priority. It's the priority is not you getting out of debt. The priority is doing what the family tells you to do. Because it's a lot of those relationships. It might be a matriarch,
but that's
what she should have known.
Married her. And if she's from the Indian culture, she should know that.
She's definitely. That's why I was asking if she's Indian, because she's saying it like she's not used to this. If she's Indian, she knows. She knows what's going on. She knew she was going to have to move back in with his family, even if he's not there.
Right.
She knew they're going to, and they man, hey, are you pregnant yet? When you going to get pregnant? I want grandkids.
She says, if I were to get pregnant now, here's what's likely to happen. No health insurance, which means I would have to pay out of pocket, move abroad or to my hometown 1,000 miles away. Moving to the hometown would equal living with my in-laws while hormonal, sleep-deprived, and isolated. Delivering alone in India while my husband stays in Singapore to keep working. Raise a newborn alone, emotionally and physically drained, while waiting for him to figure things out to bring us back home. Meanwhile, I risk postpartum depression with no mental. Oh, you just in the.
I'm assuming she's not. I'm assuming she's not. Oof. I'm assuming she's not Indian.
No, she is. Listen to it. Moving to hometown equals her hometown, which means living with in-laws. So she's from their hometown.
So she said moving to the hometown with the in-laws. Okay, I thought that was two different things. I thought you said either she was going to have to move back to her hometown, or she was going to have to move in with the in-laws.
So apparently they live in Singapore or they live somewhere else, living their lifestyle. He sends money back to the hometown, and she doesn't want to move back to the hometown, and they don't have no insurance and they don't have none of that. And she just be ass out. Wow. Okay.
Well,
that's a big.
Hey.
See, you got to know what culture you in. You are in
married him. Hey, what you wanted? Why?
Hey, look.
You get into a situation you know, and you don't fully understand. That's your fault.
Right.
Like, come on, man. You got to know the culture. He had to tell her. He didn't sneak that on her. And the
No.
parents have to have been that way. Hey, I can't wait for you guys to get married and give me my grandkids.
But
They
that's a
had
part
to
of
be
their
on her neck.
culture. They don't. The
Yeah.
Indian culture don't wait no 5-10 years to have kids.
No,
They be like boom, 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 boom. If they gonna have them,
the wedding night, you
better
that's
come
the
up
night.
pregnant, right?
Yeah.
Because
They're
that
gonna be outside the door.
Yeah.
Did it
So
sound like you
she
pulled
knew.
out?
Oh yeah, she knew. Absolutely, she knew. This was a part of it. We're not saying to her, take it. What we're saying is, you guys
No.
need to restructure some stuff.
It's
He
not gonna
needs to
that's
get
not gonna happen.
insurance, but I mean, like, he
Oh, you
needs
talk
to
about
get
financially,
insurance.
yeah.
He needs to get insurance. You need to figure out ways to cut back on what y'all spending. I don't know how, but you need to figure out ways to cut back. She said, I've even offered to give up my lifestyle. No shopping, no luxuries. What do you mean you offered? You want to get rid of the debt. So stop shopping.
Yeah, what?
That's what she said.
Debt
She
and
said,
luxury.
I've even offered to give up my lifestyle. No shopping, no luxuries. Which means you're spending more money than you need to be spending. So
Sound like
there's some
she's
things
scared too to get pregnant.
Right.
Sound like she's scared because she already talked about postpartum and all this other stuff. It's like, you don't know that you're gonna go through that.
Right.
Not every woman has that.
That's wild. But I mean, that's a part of her culture. That's a part of what you were born into, because you understand what's going on. Here's the thing. See, I would never get involved with it because they like to off people. Because they won't marry they particular family member. Or maybe that's
not
Arab?
Indian.
That's
Yeah,
Arab.
that's not Indian.
It's Arab.
They wild in the Middle East, man. They
Well, yeah, it's probably the Middle East. It's probably Iranian.
no, India is Asia. They different, but they like the guys I know out here. They won't really talk about it with their family, but they love dating outside. They love dating outside. You just can't marry outside.
Right.
It's time, okay, son. Okay, son. It's time to stop playing around.
Right.
We got Preety over here. She waiting for you.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
You need to go ahead. That's the person that you know.
That's the person we picked for you.
Stop
you need to figure out when you gonna get over there and marry her, because you ain't doing nothing else. You guys were supposed to hit the like button, hit the like button. Jay, give me your final thoughts on these last couple of stories. Interesting story. That first one. No, was it the first one or the second one? That we heard some wild shit from Black America. No, the camera one. We don't recommend you doing that. But did you understand what I was trying to say when I said there's boundary? Your body is about your body. That's your body.
No, that's what I said too. Yeah, that's what I said. And it had nothing to do with what he was doing. It's that she didn't want that. Right. You can't make somebody. I don't care if you married to him. I don't care. You can't make somebody do what they don't want to do or force it on them at any time. It's not that kind of thing, man. I wouldn't. Nah.
How do you wake up? How do you wake up and see a camera flash? No. down in your nether regions. How do you
just see the light under the covers? He just talk about some yeah.
How do you come back?
What are you doing, bro? I don't want this. That's why I said, man, see if she'll act that way when she's awake. Just babe, I have a thing where I kind of like it when you sleep. Can you just act like I'm asleep? Right. Hopefully not. If she really like you, I mean, when like they said, when a girl really like you,
right? Pretend that you're asleep and do some sexy poses.
Yeah.
Pretend to be asleep. Get on your stomach and put your butt in the air.
Arch it up. Bend the one leg up, get that 90-degree on it.
And I'm sure she would.
Make sure them feet is nice and moisturized.
Right. But don't do that. Don't do that.
You scaring somebody half to death every night.
You wake up to something weird. What the
Yeah.
hell?
She
I
said
know
he
you
does
didn't
it
put
all
no
the
jello on
time.
me.
All the time. And I told you I don't like that. You waking. If I told my old lady, hey, I don't like when you do that. Don't wake me up.
Don't
I
do
rather
that.
I want to get my sleep. If you want to do something when I wake up, that's fine. I want to
Right.
get my sleep. Don't wake me up, man.
Don't do that.
Hey,
Jay,
to catch
you
a
wake
thief,
up
you
with
got to
some
think like a
jello on
thief.
the bed.
Natural.
You wake up with some jello on the bed.
He got ice rubbing it down her calves and stuff. What are you doing, fool?
I'm like, wait a minute, did I marry you? What the hell? No. And
Oh
then, hey,
man,
look, we talking about tricks in the bedroom. Those are good. Those are fine as long as we're both consenting adults and I know about it. Not when I'm asleep, because then that becomes creepy. And
that's
see,
creepy.
what would you say to this? We never did say what we would say to her. Would we tell her to leave or would we tell her to stay?
And I also wanted to know because, like, we were assuming that she told everybody what was going on. She didn't necessarily. She didn't say that she told
Yeah.
everybody. She just told them that she got out of there, and everybody
She
was
said
just
she
telling her
did.
to reconcile.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that don't mean that they knew what the situation was. That they were just telling her you need to go back.
Right.
So she needs
I
to
think,
sit down and have a serious conversation with this man and say, "Hey, I don't like that."
right.
And if she is willing to do the other stuff, and if she could think of that, if she was happening to stumble across this panel and be like, you know what, maybe I can do that for him if I know that's something that he wants. And if he's like, no, I like it when you really sleep, then like I can't do
Yeah.
that with you, man. It
She
creeps
said,
me out.
long
It makes me
story
feel
short,
unsafe. Even
my
if he is her
husband,
husband,
he's a
that's
good husband. She says he's a good husband. Super
yeah.
supportive, super nice, helpful. We have kids, but he would take pictures of my private parts when I'm asleep and do things to me in my sleep.
That means he might be leaving deposits when
Yeah,
she's on
right.
her. You
On
wake
her.
up, your hair stuck up.
We can't be doing that. We can't be doing
What
that.
are you doing? I gotta
You might
work. I
have
can't wash my hair this
frozen
morning.
jello. You might have a popsicle stick down there. Oh
Oh
no, bro.
man.
Come on.
Oh
No.
man. Lube. Why is lube between my toes? What are you
All right. We can't be doing that.
what are you doing? What are you doing to
That's
my
a
body at
boundary.
night?
That's a
Man?
body
Oh my
boundary.
god. Yeah, it's a boundary, man. Just I mean,
I
hey,
mean, awake. You want me to pretend to be asleep? Oh well, we can get busy for real, if that's your thing.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
we can't do. We
That's
can't
a
do that.
part of it, man. You when you with somebody, man, y'all supposed to have fun, man.
Right.
Y'all
Right.
supposed to have fun. It's supposed to be some mornings y'all wake up and look at each other like, oh, I don't know if I can make eye contact with this girl after what I did last night, boy. God, dog, man. Woo. Sometimes it's got to be like that, but
Yeah.
y'all supposed to have fun, man.
Right.
That's
Right.
part of it. That's part of life. It's part of living life.
And that's what we
Sneaking
talking
stuff
about.
in real quick. Hey,
That's what we
we
talking
Thanksgiving dinner with the family. Let's to the bathroom real quick. Give me the
about.
bathroom.
Bathroom. Yeah.
Yeah,
We slipping out of here early. We leaving the kids with the grandma. We leaving the kids
yeah,
with grandma. Let's slip out the door. Let's get in the car. Let's get some
yeah,
action going. Let's make
yeah.
this exciting.
We're going to
Yes.
who we about to go see New Edition? Hey, in the parking lot, real quick, right
Right.
before New Edition, right before we go out. Yeah, let's
Right.
yeah.
I want my
Yeah.
sex before we go out to dinner. I want mine before we go out to dinner.
I mean, a little
Before,
something. I mean, I ain't saying the full thing. I'm saying, just keep it
yeah. Right.
exciting, man.
I get it.
Don't be,
You're right. And this is what we want to do. This is what we want to do in marriage and try to make marriage last. But it's got to be communication and you got to have boundaries.
yeah.
Body boundaries.
Hey, is your friend Tasha coming into town this weekend?
What?
She's staying here? Your friend Tasha? Yeah, why don't Tasha come in?
What? Jay, you wow.
You got to
Jay,
keep it
you wow.
fresh.
Boy,
Tasha, the peanut butter skin, your friend
I
Tasha.
said fresh. I didn't say wild.
Yeah.
See, it's a different story. Do you wait a minute, hold on. Let me ask you this one question. Do you think it's a different if y'all both decide y'all gonna have a threesome? Is it better to have it with a stranger?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
I think. If we
Mhm.
gonna do it, we gonna have to do it with a stranger that we ain't gotta see
Yeah.
again.
Cause when you taking it out and you and she looking at you like, hey, you don't be hitting me like that.
Yeah. There might be some problems.
And Tasha head spinning like she
They
looking over
might.
like, what's going on? But like, hey man, yeah.
I know. So, hey, but well, we ain't even finna do the 3 thing. I'm just asking. I asked Jay. Final thoughts, Jay.
Oh man, good chat, good conversation, man. I like these conversations where we can all have discussions and nobody's calling anybody names,
Right.
even though we don't disagree.
Right.
You know, even though as much as I want to call HQ a windmilling.
I wasn't windmilling tonight. I wasn't doing too much except about that money thing.
And look,
I mean,
you was getting them in, but it's all it's good, man. I love these conversations, man.
yeah,
Hopefully these
I like the
conversations
marital
help
conversations.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Help, you know, they help me, man, getting this stuff out. Because I might be talking to myself while I'm talking to y'all.
Right. And it's
I might be
and
talking to myself.
I learned things when I talk too. I learned things. I didn't know people did these kind of weird things, but then that's just me. But it's just me. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for coming up. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. This is our marital show. Did I read all the super chats? Yes, I did. Juliet. Oh, foolish Julius. Damn, this boy's spitting. Yes, he was talking about Jay. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much. And I think I read all the other super chats. Thank you all for showing up. This is our marital show, Letters to My Marriage, in which we talk about things and problems and issues people have in marriage, in relationships, because we want to have better relationships. We want people not to be scared to get married, people to enjoy the state of being married, or people who want to get married and they're not really knowing how to navigate certain things. This is what we talk about on the Letters to My Marriage show. So thank you all for showing up. Great. Everybody hit the like button in and out, please, and thank you. Super Chat's great. Cash apps are welcome. We need more support for the channel. We need at least the $20, per show. No, per hour. Because otherwise it makes no sense. That's why we have to cut down on our shows, because we have to be able to support the shows and do what we do. Otherwise, we're spinning our wheels and not making no money, but we online a lot. So it's got to be cost effective. And I can't do that unless I'm starting the show. So thank you all very much. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification so you be notified. We have more content, please. And thank you very much for showing up, guys. Thank you very much.